Welcome to the junkyard. Welcome to the junkyard.
You think I should start this episode by asking if this?
Yeah, you should ask the same question again. Actually.
Yeah.
Hey, I think everyone forgot from
that
last
one was
time.
on purpose. That one was
No,
on
I don't think
purpose.
so. I think you forgot again.
Just
I think this
ignore
guy
it.
genuinely forget. Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. It's your three favorite people that talk about nothing for an hour.
Yeah.
We talk about.
We're here to talk. We actually have some substantive news today. I feel like.
I know. I didn't even have to add anything.
But by the
to
time
There's
that this
already
video
too
comes
much.
out, it might be old news already. But let's hope
Well.
not. Let's hope everyone still cares about this.
Let's see. Do we have a preliminary topic that we like to throw in to Always,
just
always
before,
preface the
real
points?
The show's too big today. We got topics.
Is it?
Yeah, I think we just kind of gotta
we
go.
can't
I
fuck
think we just
around?
kind of gotta go. All right, guys. This first one is kind of crazy. I was originally told it was originally exaggerated to me when it was told to me, and further research indicated that it wasn't as drastic, but it's still pretty fucked up. So Epic Games just laid off a bunch of people.
Yeah, 200.
Yeah,
seen the
and
number of
like a
thousands
lot of
going
very
around.
important people as well, like the
I've
person
seen the-
who helped create Jonesy.
Yeah, I've
Oh.
seen the number 1,000 thrown around, and I don't want to just put this out there. It's 1,000 since 2023, so this has been going on for a little while.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's already.
And,
Yeah.
But
I
it's
think it's-
recently been 200, but that 200.
But it's
is
still
like
important.
artists,
Yeah, go
and
ahead.
How big is-
engineers, so
How big is their team? Do we know? Like,
Ooh.
that's
what
well,
percentage of the
60%
team
is 1,000. So Epic
16%?
Games is
Approximately 4,000, it says, as of March
Yeah.
2026.
makes sense.
After following a massive round of layoffs that cut over 1,000 jobs, representing about 20% of their workforce. Yeah, so this is interesting that this happened too, especially after all the price stuff that just happened with basically inflating
V-Bucks
the
becoming
value
more
of
expensive?
V-Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they?
And then
did
they're
V-Bucks-
cutting modes, so that's also part of it. So
Cutting
I was
modes.
told that Fortnite Festival and the racing mode were like kaput. And like
I was
all of their
also told
extraneous modes. It's not specifically Fortnite Festival it's like everything except main stage, I think, or like one of the
Oh.
modes that isn't main stage. So they're keeping.
Are we sure about that? Because I heard they're all getting cut.
Okay.
Well, the
what
problem
if we can just
the
go
problem
look
I
it
feel
up?
with that is that they're gonna get a lot of flack for then. Well, are they gonna pay everyone back for all of the jam tracks
Yeah.
people bought that now are
that's
not usable anymore?
They're probably gonna enter a lawsuit with people and say,
Which is
well,
what
we were
happened when they
lending it
made
to
Save
you.
the World free as well. Remember, the immediate things I heard when they made Save the World free, which is another thing that they did for cost cutting, or cost cutting. Oh my god, was like, oh, well, are we gonna get our $25 back for when we bought Save the World 10 years or not 10 years, like 7 years ago?
I don't
That's
think they
not-
will.
They're
That's
not
not
gonna
how
get
that
that.
works.
But
Well, no,
Like,
I know, but like people
yeah.
are upset about them just like making things free or getting rid of things and them not getting their money back.
But
for
so
paying towards
I'm
it.
curious. What is have they said why the layoffs are happening? I mean, we can like make
Money.
assumptions.
They
but
said money.
It's just. Does that mean that Fortnite is not?
they need to make it
Profitable?
look more attractive to investors because they're running out of money. They're running out of gas.
Yeah, they're not doing enough, I guess. Which is interesting because they just did a Game of Thrones
They're not
collab too, which I
making
feel
enough.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
I just find that fascinating. I wonder if like
To me, this isn't really like that. Like,
okay.
like this like makes total sense. Fortnite hasn't been on the up for like since
several years.
since World Cup for Fortnite, which is
But I
like
really
5 years ago now. But
I find it hard to believe that they're actually not making that much. Like I feel like they're making more than they seem to make it out to be. You know what I mean?
I mean, like here's my thought process. Maybe I looked it up. Fortnite Battle Royale released. I think we talked about this a few episodes ago. I just couldn't remember. In September of 2017.
Yeah.
So that's
9 years
that's
almost.
9 years later this year, and not that far. I mean, I guess kind of far out from 10, but like the fact that we're, within shooting distance, to speak metaphorically, is kind of crazy. I just wonder, Fortnite was this like sensation that all the kids were playing, but 9 years later, maybe those kids just like grow up and don't have the free time to go play Fortnite all the time and spend all their money on Fortnite like they used to. And I don't know. I mean, I would assume that Fortnite is reaching like new, younger players, but all of these moves seem to imply that that's not what's happening, right? I mean, surely if they were recouping lost players from simply just aging out of it, like, why would they do these changes?
Yeah, I just feel like I don't really even think Fortnite is like not being played either. Like I just looked it up, like the current global daily, what is this? A massive player base with over 650 million registered users globally and 30 to 40 million daily active users,
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah, that
about
is a
that
lot.
which is a
Well,
lot. And I mean, maybe there, but
because
like,
I don't know if there seems to be this the problem with like that statement is you don't know how many of those are bots made by other players
sure,
to play LTMs because they have a price structure right now where if your game mode gets played a lot, and I'm sure there's people making bot accounts to boost their LTMs to get paid. So I don't know how much are actually like real people playing.
yeah, that's true. Hold on, let's see.
Because in the gaming space, you think about like massive games right now, and Fortnite is kind of like the
So
been
just from
subjected as the kid
looking,
game. You know what I
oh,
mean?
this is interesting. So I
that's what
just
I'm
found
saying.
this
Yeah.
this registered users like grid, like this chart that this one made, and it has not been updated since November 2023, which is interesting.
That's a long
It was a
time.
steady climb. It was like they
You
only
can
kept
show us, you
growing.
can
Oh
share your
yeah, I
screen.
can.
Wait, what years was
Well,
this from?
so this is from December 2017. Where the hell is the share screen thing on here again? Am I
It's next to the
tripping? Oh,
leave
right there.
button.
Screen
We're only the most professional
allow
But
podcasters here.
share.
podcast the world
Okay,
over
so we have this data here starting in I guess August 2017 all the way to November
Well,
2023 here.
there's like okay, so there's obviously two major issues that I see with
Yeah.
this. One, it stops in 2023, so like it's not really that relevant.
Mhm.
Two, registered users for a free game, I feel like doesn't mean anything.
I agree
Like
with
it
this
doesn't
statement.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't cost
it's
anything.
not active
Like
players, yeah.
yeah, so like that's an easy number to like throw out there and be like, "Oh, look at this." But like, if it doesn't mean anything,
The
then
the 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 graphics just I don't know. It kind of looks like iffy to me. Like
well, I feel like this is believable. I mean,
this is
2023,
not
I
believable to me.
you really don't think so? I mean, like
No, because
Fortnite 3 years. This is Fortnite 3 years ago.
I
Is the
know
last time this was updated. I mean, I
it's
feel like
it's not even Fortnite 3 years ago is still not peak Fortnite.
well, okay.
well,
I mean,
that's
that's
but like
like
Fortnite 2023 is when they started introducing all their new game modes too. So I feel like that makes complete
also,
sense.
but Matthew, that number only goes up. Go back to that chart. We're talking about registered users. That number will literally never go down. You make an account, you don't
Yeah.
delete it. Like I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah, no,
know.
I
I don't
know,
know.
but you're saying active players, right? We're talking about
No.
active players here.
Well, okay,
Well,
yeah,
yes,
but
but you're saying this graph isn't believable at all, which I think.
Well, I'm saying you don't know if the graph's believable or not.
Well, in terms of active players, yeah, no,
Because
I
you're
never
saying
claimed it
45
was
million
saying
players
active
in
players.
2018.
no, but that's not what registered users mean. That's what we just said at the start. This is
Numbers
not
of registered players
Just people who have
in
made an
millions.
account globally. This is globally.
Yeah, this is just
Also,
accounts. This doesn't tell us anything. It's a
someone who
stacking
I
number
know.
opens.
that's
I'm just
only gonna
saying
go
like
up.
this graph doesn't really do anything for us.
No, I
I already
know,
said
but
that.
Okay,
well,
then we're in
obviously,
agreement
since the
on
data
whatever
since
this.
the
I
data
just
stops 3 years ago, so I mean, like, it obviously is.
I think I don't think this graph is gonna tell us anything. I think I don't know. I
Well,
mean
it's
that is
interesting though that there
interesting
is no data that it's available for.
because you can't
You
even
know
like
what I
Steam
mean?
charts it because I don't think Fortnite is even on Steam. So
Wait,
No,
usually
you
that's a
can't.
really
Yeah.
helpful.
I mean,
That's
does
a really
Epic Games
helpful.
have their own kind
I
of
mean I doubt it if
leaking the
this
pod?
data is hard to find. It is interesting because you
It'd also
imagine
be a
with
skew number because you don't know if they're giving the correct number out. because it's in their best interest to give a higher number out.
Sure, yeah.
That's
I
true.
mean, we could actually just look on Fortnite right now and find out how many
Well,
people are
while you
actively
do
playing.
that, I
Yeah.
will say that yeah, it's interesting to me that with all the like extremely high profile collabs, I feel like that has really skyrocketed in the last few years. Just having like literally fucking everything in Fortnite. Like we had a lot of things in Fortnite like 4 years ago, but it's just been like everything lately. And so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Is it just like all of those collabs are expensive and Epic Games isn't just making their money back, or are people not buying the skins and so Epic Games is like struggling? I mean, I guess that's the same thing, but like I don't it's just very curious to me because Fortnite is like a sensation. Like I don't know
Yeah.
anything as successful as Fortnite like lately. At least so
Yeah.
I thought. So I
I mean, in
thought.
terms of multiplayer, cross-platform
Last large multiplayer
battle royales.
cross-platform, I would say, was Marvel Rivals, unless I'm forgetting one more recently. But that was
But
definitely massive.
yeah, but I think Fortnite, the fact that I don't know, it's been like 9 years and Fortnite is still like relevant in a way, not relevant in the way it used to be, but it's still like means something. It's not, I mean, we're talking about it for the fact that they're laying off. If the PUBG developers, I don't remember their names, like was laying off people, I don't think we'd be talking about it. Like I
No,
don't.
PUBG is Epic. So,
They're also Epic Games.
yes,
Wait, what? Wait,
Epic
really? I did
bought
not know
PUBG
that.
back in like
Yeah.
2018
Oh,
from
I did not
Which
know
is
unknown.
that.
why it's basically just Fortnite,
Okay.
but
All
more
right.
realistic.
So if we have a different one, I don't know, a different game.
So
I'm
this,
just trying to name an example from when like Fortnite started. Like I think it is still relevant, and it still like means something.
so on the regular battle royale mode, build just like the regular mode, it's 465,000 people playing right now,
Just like
which is like it's the
just
middle of
on
the day in
PlayStation
most
or
across the U.S. It's like the middle of the day ish. That's a, I mean, if it has like a console or like a controller symbol next to it, so I don't know. I guess if that counts, I'm assuming that's just anyone who's playing. I don't know. Considering Fortnite is a cross-platform game, I assumed their data would be
Okay,
um all encompassing, but I don't
just to
know.
like put this in perspective right now,
are you pulling out Steam charts? Because that's also
yeah,
what I'm
Steam
pulling
chart
Yeah.
for
out. Yeah.
CS2 is 1.34 mil. It's 1.3
See, yeah,
million
Yeah, Dota 2 is
as of an hour ago.
589,000. PUBG, ironically, I brought it up, is at 316,000, which is actually surprising. I
Yeah,
didn't know people play PUBG so
it's
much.
mostly like it's mostly Asian servers that carry that number just because more people over
Is
there play.
PUBG like huge in
It
Asia?
is.
Is it?
It is. It's massive.
that's
So
interesting. So yeah, we have almost 500,000 people playing, which I feel like is kind of low. I mean, I guess especially respective to all the numbers you guys just put out
I
here.
mean, I don't
I mean, it's
know. I
narrowly
think
beating PUBG. CS2 has it beat by like
okay,
double.
but we're talking about CS2 is like literally like the one of if not the most played like multiplayer game like
Mm-hmm.
out there. Like it's kind of a hard comparison to make. Like
Sure.
CS2 is
so but
huge.
so is Fortnite. And Fortnite
No, I know. I think
is like in
CS2.
that realm.
I guess that's
CS2
fair.
like to put this in perspective, CS2 you can't play on console, but you can play Fortnite on console.
Well,
Yeah.
again, that's why I question if
Accessibility.
Noah's
Yeah.
number is
Yeah.
just
So,
console or not, and we don't know. We aren't
I
sure.
mean,
Is
one
the
of you would
thing.
have to check, I guess, and then cross-reference with my
Well, I
number.
can't. No, I
But
can only check on my PS5, and that would just give us the same number.
yeah.
So
So I don't know. It's interesting because then like I don't know. I feel like a lot of these changes that Fortnite has been making have happened really recently. Like they like I don't know, like a year ago, uh, increased the price of the battle pass. And then now you can't make profit off the battle pass. One of my friends is specifically angry about that because he enjoyed like making V Bucks off the battle pass, and so it was like technically like making a profit margin off of buying the battle pass, and it made it worth it. But now you break
Profit
even on it.
margin,
Now
bro.
you pay 800, get 800 back. Which I mean, for those
Yeah,
people
you
that
used to
really
get 1200
who are
actually.
like for the people who are like very loyal to the base and buy the battle passes constantly, I feel like that is kind of low to do.
I mean, you're still like kind of getting your money back, but yeah, that is definitely
I don't
like.
think they don't as a company care.
Well,
Well, my question is,
I had no doubts to that,
does that mean
Matthew.
that if the battle pass is 800, you can buy one season's battle pass and then get that back and buy the next season's battle pass? Like, does that mean that's what
Yeah,
you can do?
which
Yeah,
is
people
better
used to
than
do. That's
most
what people
games.
used to do.
I
That's what
know. I'm
people used to do.
surprised they've kept
Yeah,
that for so long. Like, honestly, that's shocking to me that
Yeah,
they did that at
it's like
all.
if you did it enough, you would eventually accumulate so many V bucks that would enable you to just kind of keep buying the battle pass over and over
Right,
again without having to
exactly.
spend more actual
So
money on
like,
it.
I mean, like maybe that's part of the why they're losing money. I mean,
I mean,
I
yeah,
hate to
I
say
don't
it because
know.
I love video games and I love getting things and like working for things and meeting something. But from a business standpoint, you can't just keep giving away like the central thing you sell for free. Like
yeah.
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but I do think you also have to have, I don't know, some kind of. It just doesn't feel like they're being very loyal to anybody, to their own base or to their employees. I
They
mean,
have
especially
they haven't
with.
been since 2017, bro.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't know. I do empathize. I don't. It's just interesting to
I
me.
mean, let's
I
look at
just
it like
didn't.
it's just crazy that this is happening, but then we have a Looney Tunes collab in here, which
Like
is like
literally put this
a
into reference, like chapter 1, all of chapter 1 there was no collabs. It was just all in universe
right.
stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
And
they didn't used to
then
do all this.
chapter 1 ends, they completely switch up and start doing collabs with everybody, but they still try to keep like the same Fortnite art style, okay? So it was like this weird like kind of half like
Which that's also stopped.
thing. And then they went just full chapter 3. They were like, we're we're switching it up. We're going full like realistic, semi-realistic art style. Everybody who comes in is going to have like a super kind of realistic looking skin. And you know, they just kept changing as players played. So like nobody kind of felt like at home with their game
What I'm
for
really
like
curious to and like wish we could maybe have access to the information of is that like there are so many collabs currently in the item shop. We have Looney Tunes. There's a Street Fighter collab back. The Game of Thrones thing just dropped. Um, let's see. There's one that was also on. Oh, Cyberpunk is in here right now. Um, I'm just curious about how many people actually bought these skins. You
Well,
know what
that's
I
my
mean?
question. I'm really curious if the licensing,
Yeah,
like,
is what's damaging them. Yeah.
because I wonder if there's just a certain point where if the player base isn't growing that much, as I was saying, if like people are kind of aging out of it a little bit, maybe, or there's just not an influx of new players coming in, like. I don't know. I don't buy Fortnite skins really. I think I've only bought like two in the entire time I've played that game,
I can't
which
say the
is like
same.
yeah, I know you can't say the same. But I mean, you're a good example. You own how many skins? Like, what's the chance of you just like, oh, I'm going to buy another one? You have so many. Like, why would you do that? And I guess some people
Yeah.
view it as like, gotta collect them all, I guess. But when the economy's down and your players are growing older and like gaining responsibilities and like paying taxes and shit, like, I don't know. Buying the new Fortnite skin doesn't really seem like.
I know, like like someone I know just like took money out of their savings account to buy a Fortnite skin. You know
that's
what I mean? It's
crazy
just,
by the way.
which is like,
Yeah,
I don't know,
that's
like that's and like what, regardless of the decision regarding that, it's just like these people, like people that this base is like like pushing
yeah.
to is like not able to even keep up with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the V-Buck inflation, should V-Bucks just inflate with real dollars? I don't know.
Like that's just crazy. I don't
I
know,
don't know. Like,
like like what does that even mean? Like,
Is
are we
that
really
that
like
crazy?
what does that even really mean? 800
I
V
feel
bucks
like
is
that's
worth
less crazy
$9.
than our own dollar inflating at the rate it does.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
maybe.
Fortnite, you got to think about V-Bucks have been more stable the
But the
last few years.
value of V bucks,
Exactly.
I
That's what
guess
I'm
that's
telling
true.
you.
This is the first time it's ever
Like,
changed,
it's not
right?
that crazy, bro.
It's not that
It's the
it's
first time
really
it's,
not. That's my thing. Like I
but
hate
it is
taking like a
shocking after so long for it to happen. I
yes,
think.
but and I really hate approaching games that I enjoy from a business standpoint, but like at a certain point, like, there's a line. companies do have to make a profit off their game. Like,
But I also think they didn't even just do that. They also increased the prices of things in the item shop, I feel like. Because look at this Game of Thrones bundle. This Game of Thrones bundle would probably cost you $20 to buy, I think. If
uh-huh.
before, it's now 4,000 V-Bucks. And it's
I
like it
don't know
has like
how
it has the slash like it was
How many
7,000 and
how much
then
is
skins?
like
4,000
4,000
V-Bucks?
V-Bucks you could get in the $37 pack.
Yeah, but how many skins? It has 2
It's
skins in it.
three. It's three.
Bro, these are legendary numbers.
It's
And
30. It's almost $40 for that.
no, but hold on, an epic skin back in the day used to cost $20.
No,
For
because
Yeah.
I got the X-Men
no,
triple pack for like
because
$20.
I remember Raven used to cost $20 back in the day, 2,000
Raven did.
V-Bucks.
Oh, that's true. Raven did. Raven was expensive.
I mean, I guess it depends on the value of the specific skin, I guess. Like, I don't know, but
I
I
think
feel like I've gotten triple packs for much cheaper is more my point because I
the
feel
economics of V-Bucks is a tough conversation to have since we don't have numbers. They don't, they don't put out that type of thing, and we can only go off. Well, I think it cost this much. I think it cost that much. But I do think kind of what we're not getting at, which I think is actually like the most important part of this whole discussion, is like where does this going? Like, what does this mean?
yeah.
Like, is this the Fortnite death spiral, or are things just keeping up with the economy and getting more expensive? Like, and the layoffs, like, I don't know what that means because I don't know, unless you know. I don't know like what departments are getting laid off in particular. So
It's
does that
all of
I
mean
them.
mean,
that
clearly, I mean,
it's
if the person
everything?
who
Yeah,
designed
because
Jonesy, I
I
mean, like
looked at
pretty
it.
high.
I looked
Go
at
ahead.
it, and it was art. It was like engineers, as in
Like the game engineers, yeah.
yeah, and developers, so like comp sci majors type people.
Okay,
My
so it's
my
like, yeah, it's like
problem
all across the board.
my problem with that is I have a feeling based off Tim Sweeney's previous comments that they're gonna bring in AI developers.
Yeah.
And my thing
I
with
will
that is,
boycott that fucking game if that
well,
Yeah,
happens.
I'll
my
uninstall it at that point,
my
I
thing
think.
with that is not only do I think that's going to make the game worse because the programming behind it's not going to be the best, but I also think, um, and that gets into a different topic, but or a different part of the discussion. But I also think the I mean, the game's already kind of become soulless, but like this is like the final transformation of that, and in my opinion. And um, Epic
Yeah.
like CEOs already kind of come out and said, "Hey, you know, we're not going to tell you." Like Tim Sweeney came out and said, like a couple months ago now, probably that, and like him and the CEO of Valve came out, like they had like a full on like battle about this, but he's like, we don't think we have to use, we don't feel like we have to tell our customers that this was made with AI or have like on Steam
Oh,
with the
yeah,
AI
I
tags,
remember
you know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah.
And the Steam guy was like, no, you have to tell people, you know, that this
Was that
product was
Newell?
made with AI. What's right?
Was that Gabe Newell who was
Yeah,
fighting
yeah,
it?
Game Newell.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Tim Sweeney was like, no, because you know everybody's going to be using it, so it's kind of like redundant, and you know, obviously that's kind of stupid. But my theory is that they fired all these people and they're going to replace them with AI and just not say anything.
Which is crazy that the lack that we're already reaching that level of a lack of transparency
I
between
actually think
consumer and
in the
distributor.
long run they're going to be fucked
Yeah.
because AI, you know, I think sacrificency or like this, there's like a whole term around it where AI just glazes your decisions the whole time, and so you start thinking differently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
think a lot of these CEOs are using AIs to make important decisions, and we'll get into this again later in today's
Yeah.
podcast. But you
And
cannot
it's just
take
making them dumb as hell. Yeah.
exactly, you cannot take what AI tells you with like as advice because it has a programming want, like it has a want
Automatically a gratification.
to
Yeah.
gratify you, so you keep using it, so you keep
Yeah.
spending money on
Well,
it.
then that's what happened with all those people that have like unfortunately killed themselves and other people.
Yes.
Like you've heard
Yeah,
those
because
stories of,
it just confirms. Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, like you should do this. Like there's no reason, like if you want to go ahead. Like
And with
it's just like,
Yeah.
CEOs with advice, they're like us tech CEOs are going and they're getting this information from AI, and then they're like, "Well, I'm just the smartest person ever, and everybody wants to hear my opinion on everything, so I'll just spout it." Right? And they're making serious like decisions based off, AI. And I honestly believe this in the long run. Epic Games is going to suffer immensely if they use AI, if they use AI developers, because I'm gonna be honest, um there's junior devs out there who are really smart and who really know what they're talking about and will be 1,000 times better than an AI. And even if the AI's code is good, they don't have what a junior dev has, which is, first of all, no sacrificity, and secondly, a brain to tell you, hey, this is a good idea, or B, this is
No.
not a good idea.
I mean, I think here's like the fundamental thing is that these I'm gonna use a big word here. These stupid fucks who think that they can just
those
like
2 words actually.
automate everything. Kill yourself. Automate. Sorry,
English
I
major,
shouldn't
bro.
use that. I shouldn't use that. I shouldn't use that as a comeback. But who think they can automate everything? The only way that these people will learn is is monetary failure. And so I'm saying this right now. If anything ever comes out, because right now it's just talks, and I already don't use the Epic Games launcher anymore, so like that's whatever. But I'm saying this right fucking now that if any company or any game starts sell there's one thing about AI art that's already bad, but it's a completely different level if the game itself is being coded and made by AI. And I think that's when we need to draw the line as a community, like not just us three, like everybody, and be like, we are not going to accept
This is a
this.
call to arms, guys.
No, I'm serious.
Gather your swords, gather your shields, start banging them
Like
together.
there's a lot of things going on. This is like almost verging on things we don't talk about in this podcast. But there's a lot of things going on in the world right now that we might not be unhappy about, that we might feel powerless about. But I don't think AI usage in markets is one of those things. If
Yeah.
we do not give them money and do not engage with their products, they can't keep going with it.
I mean, it's just the simple, like, I think a lot of people don't realize that they can't survive without their consumer bases, and like they're much more reliable or reliant upon us than we seem to realize, and that we have so much control over their revenue flow if
Yeah.
we simply just stop consuming.
Okay,
And
I
I think
wanna,
it is, and this is kind of melding into the next point a little
wait,
bit,
hold
because
on,
I
hold
feel
on,
like, oh, okay,
hold on. I want to stay on
Okay.
this point for a second.
okay, I
This
was
is
gonna
the
say
AI
something. Okay.
episode, I've
So
realized.
Yeah.
when customers,
Again,
when customers
Again.
don't like a decision, and I'm going to take the example of D&D because we play D&D here. We like
Mhm.
D&D.
Yes,
love
and this
D&D.
Was
worked.
sitting
Yes.
in on like
Yeah.
7 hours of sessions last night, but
True.
D&D Beyond, they did something customer base didn't like, okay, which was trying to stop monetization of homebrew, trying to stop certain things that the community didn't
Mhm.
like. And so the
They're very
community's reaction
anti-consumer.
was, hey, we're going to drop 95% of our subscriptions to your subscription, like online D&D Beyond software. And then they were like, oh shit, we kind of need to listen to our customers. And then they, reverted the changes and basically took a step back and were like, hey, maybe that's not the greatest plan. Anyway,
Which is
continue.
remarkable considering that's Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro. Like, that's
Yeah.
incredible that could even happen.
I
What I
mean,
was gonna say is that, like, there is hope. I feel like, because I feel like I've been really optimistic about this AI stuff, because it seemed very doom and gloom when it was kind of starting to really catch wind. But this
Mhm.
recent news that I'm about to say is that, like, Disney. This wasn't on my
Oh,
pod point, but
yeah.
Disney just
Yeah.
rejected a huge AI deal after the Sora, which is the point. Sora AI is getting shut down, which is
L.
great.
Rest
That
in
is
piss,
great news.
motherfucker.
It's
Yeah, I don't feel
great.
bad
Fuck you,
at
Sam
all.
Altman.
Fuck
Because
everyone
that's
involved with that.
OpenAI's stuff too, isn't that right?
Sora is connected to OpenAI. I don't know
Yeah. So fuck you, Sam
particularly
Altman. I don't
Sam
care.
Altman owns it,
He's the big wig behind it. I don't give a fuck. Fuck him and all his
Yeah.
cronies. This is great, and I mean, it's like a little bit of a sting that like Disney had to see it fail in order to be like, oh, we actually shouldn't do this. But like, it's great that they're not doing it generally. So I'll pick
Yeah.
my wins here.
Listen, yeah, we gotta
And especially with how
take.
powerful Disney is, like if that would have happened, like I mean, it could always happen. Things will change, but like it's really a nice sign that that is the case with how
I
like
mean, yeah,
how
the
much of a
pushback is
conglomerate it
great,
is.
and for a company that is all about like I know America's dream, or sorry, not America, the world's dream factory refers to like Hollywood and stuff in general, but like Disney plays a large role in that and has played a large role in that. So to see, the corporation who has become very, as all corporations do, very money focused, very, I would say, greedy, very anti-consumer in a lot of ways, to see them make a decision that is like, no, like creativity is a human thing and we're not
Hmm.
going to outsource this. If Disney up there, this giant corporation with all this money base, who's known,
The company that
dream
did
factor of the
7
world.
CGI dwarves instead of having
Yes,
7 actors fill
right.
those
Like, to
roles.
me, that's huge, and I'm sure they did it for some bottom line reason. Like, I find it hard to believe that they did it of purely ethical reasons,
No, it's definitely just because of the
but
failure of Sora. But
but
Yeah.
we'll take it. Like, we'll take it. It's fine. The Moana trailer looks bad though.
yes, the Moana trailer does look really
we're
bad.
not gonna talk about that
Why
too
are you
much.
gonna remake a movie just to animate 90% of it anyway? What are we doing? What do you mean?
It
Why
was
is
made
that?
with AI. No, I'm joking. I don't know.
I do have to say, also, some things. Sorry, this is a brief tangent. I don't want to talk about this for more than a few minutes. Some things are better in animation.
Yes.
Now he looks so
He
stupid
looks.
now.
He just looks so weird. He
He's a
looks so
normal guy
weird.
now. He lost
Yeah.
all his godly aura.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, The Rock doesn't look good with hair. Okay, continuing back to our main point.
He used to when it was his real hair, maybe like in the Mummy 30 years
Yeah.
ago. But
I
like,
hope Yeah. Anyway, that's all. We don't need to talk about that. We got a lot of other
I
things.
actually don't
But I
even know
just
if that
had
was
to.
his real hair. Maybe it was a really good wig.
So the death of Sora. I've heard about its death. Is there more? Do you guys have more information, more details on
I
that?
mean, I think this would mostly just be regarding what this means, but I mean, I real quickly I can just talk about. There's just this whole oh whoa, verifying my entry. So yeah, Sora's crash and burn. So apparently, OpenAI was estimated to be spending $15 million a day on interference to enable users to produce videos, which that's kind of crazy. That's a lot of money.
Wait, interference. What does that even
I think it
mean?
just means like
To stop.
allowing the AI to work. I don't. Is it $15 million a day on interference? Oh, inference. I read that
Oh,
wrong. Oh my god, I'm
Oh,
stupid.
I was like,
On
bro, what?
inference to enable users to produce videos. Um,
15 mil
Okay,
a
and I
day?
guess yeah,
that's
15. Yeah,
Dude, that's like
can
a
even
yearly
Disney?
profit
Can even
structure.
Disney? No, Disney could probably afford that,
and
but
like,
that
what
was
is like?
insane.
What's crazy
Well,
about
could
that is
they?
that AI is not even like what is AI like monetarily gaining in response to that to justify that much money even being used? Like, isn't the whole point that it's cheaper?
The
Like,
whole point is that it doesn't make sense,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Wait,
Because
guys, 15 times 365 is 5,475. I'm
Yeah,
doing the math here. So now put that millions. Does that mean that goes
it's
into
5.4
that's billion.
billion.
no? Doesn't it
Yeah.
go? It starts in million, but this is 5,000. So does that not go into trillion?
No, because if it was 500, it would be 500 million, but it's 5,000 million, so it's 5.4 billion. I
Yeah.
think.
Or sorry. Oh wait,
Yeah.
I just skipped billion. You're so right.
Yeah,
In my
yeah,
brain,
yeah.
I just skipped
But
billion.
but
Yeah.
that's still.
This
I
is why I'm not a
mean,
math major. I'm
billions,
stupid.
trillions.
But
This is more money than I've ever seen in my entire life. So
I
I
mean,
mean,
there's a really good video about this actually. We don't normally like shout people out. I want to double check that it was this guy I'm thinking of, but there's this really good video about just the price economics of AI and how like
this is
the
saying
money
5.4
on that
billion here.
isn't worthy. And I'm just gonna double check that this is who I think it
Yeah.
is.
It
Also,
doesn't
this
make
this
sense
article
profit
just
to
justified what you said, Will.
investment
5.4 billion a
wise.
year
Yeah, that's crazy.
on just like video production as well. Not even just like other
Yeah.
things that their app was doing. Was Sora specifically image production? I don't know. I never used it, but
Yeah,
was it also like
I think it's
prompts?
just
Like
video, no?
maybe, but like
I'm assuming,
that's
yeah, image
crazy. I
too,
mean,
but
this is not really saying much else. This article about like. Mm,
Oh my god, I can't find
crash
this
and
video I'm
burn.
thinking of.
Beyond that, OpenAI as a company is also looking to realign its workforce and investment to champion successes where it can make a difference, rather than trying to do a billion things badly where it only ends up being an also ran.
So true.
The company spent most of 2025 launching a series of apps, including Sora and its browser Atlas, which have not necessarily succeeded in cutting through to the general public. In recent weeks, the firm has reshaped its vision by unifying ChatGPT and Codex into a super app, while simultaneously focusing on attracting more lucrative engineering and business customers. So, I mean,
Dude, I feel like I'm tweaking. I could not find this video I'm thinking of. Sorry, continue.
dude, this is crazy. The beginning of this article has an AI summary about what this article is about.
No, dude, this shit was crazy. My
I
girlfriend on
tried to look up.
Instagram sent me. Hold on, my girlfriend on Instagram sent me like 5 texts on Instagram. Like she was like describing something. It was like I'm gonna turn my phone off. It was
Oh, did
like
it summarize it for you?
maybe that much text, right? And it goes, you can summarize this with Meta AI. I'm like, bitch, if I can't read less than like 300 words without needing an AI to summarize it, my brain is cooked. And
I
this
mean,
reminds me that earlier
yeah.
I was watching food videos on Instagram, as a guy does. You know, you gotta love it. And I realized halfway through this video that the video was in Spanish and Meta was automatically translating it for me. Because I was like, this is the weirdest voice I've ever heard. And I was like, oh, it's an AI voice. I was like, great, whatever, AI voiceover. Unfortunately, we've
Oh,
gotten
but
used to
yeah,
that.
it's translating in real time. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's
I
crazy.
actually
And like, what
don't
is like
like
our
it.
phone calls now gonna be like? You
I
get a phone
don't like
call
it.
and they're like, "Here's the summary of what this person was gonna say to you," and it's
When
like,
it turns on the auto translation, like I like specifically, I'm like, no, give it to me in the language that they're speaking because I would rather listen to it in that
okay.
than this fucking AI
I found the
translate.
video I was thinking of. It was where I thought it was, but I looked too quickly and didn't see it. But Chad, we never recommend videos on this channel. But this
Kappa
guy,
Kaiju.
Kappa Kaiju, he's got this video. Is AI a bubble? And this is there's obviously a lot of things going on with this, but this is just I'm just recommending this because this is the one I watched.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting video though. I'm not gonna say what he talks about because that's the kind of gets rid of the point of me recommending it. But he goes into the economics and what they're charging and stuff, and it actually
Mm-hmm.
like it does not add up, like even a little bit. Like they are not making money.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
which is great, but also confusing because like I feel like
well,
so many
it's
people still use it. So I
Well,
don't.
it's like it's not great because the whole point of his video is that if it's a bubble, that means that investments in our economy are
Right.
starting to be based upon this. So then when that
Mm-hmm.
crashes,
Everything
I
else
mean the
crashes.
last bubble to crash was the 2008 housing
Right.
crisis and that didn't go so well.
Because so
So,
many things are tied up into its assets just because of how
yeah. But
far-reaching
yeah,
its influences. I mean,
I
AI is
think
being applied to literally everything too. So
I
like,
literally tried finding what ChatGPT's like annual profit is, not profit, but their earnings. And I literally tried finding it, and the first two like sites have .ai behind it, and it's like salary of an AI engineer, which you're not a true engineer. Hate to break it to you,
yeah,
buddy.
you just punch
Um,
words into a prompt, bro.
you input shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
you just design prompts. Go
Which
back
I
to
know
your
there's like a skill, but I don't care.
no. Go back.
Because I
Go
don't
back
care.
from whence you came. You're not an engineer. You do not get that title. Anyway, OpenAI makes like their earnings. This is not like, net profit. It's $13 billion a year. They just that's what they clear, right? But as you said before, they're spending about half of that on
Just
just
on image generation.
For
just on
one of their
Sora
apps. For
for
one
one
of their
of their
apps.
many apps. Okay, this is
Like
Yeah.
not getting into anything else.
there's just no, and also like this gets into the whole thing. This is really going to start bordering on politics, so we got to be
Mm-hmm.
careful. But all the data centers being built fucking everywhere, like
Mm-hmm.
there's one being built. We've mentioned this before. I go to school in Chicago. There's supposed to be one built in Illinois, and the estimates that I was reading would show that it would consume as much water as the entire city of Chicago in a day.
Which is not good. If
That's
you couldn't
fucking
tell,
absurd.
everybody out there.
I'm sorry. This is not a political issue. I know it's wrapped up in politics, but that is not a good thing. Like, just
I mean, especially with everything, like literally, especially with everything else going on, it's really not something we need to be handling right now.
yeah.
I don't know.
So I don't know. I don't want to stay on that for too long because, as I said, political implications. But
You're
yeah,
glazing me, Zora.
But like, yeah, like I don't know. With what
You're
Matthew was
glazing
just
me,
saying
Zora.
is that like that's just Sora spending on Sora. Like that doesn't count for like their Atlas spending and for ChatGPT spending, which I'm sure ChatGPT spending is probably higher.
Wait, hold on. We have a perfect segue here.
Yeah, we do.
ChatGPT is actually also in our next point. Okay.
Oh my god! Wait,
This is
on
ChatGPT chat. Subnautica 2.
This is the AI episode, bro. The AI episode.
Please stop using AI, people.
Wait, hold on.
It's cringe.
Hold on,
I gotta set the scene. I gotta set the scene.
Go ahead.
Subnautica 2 has had this whole like saga around it because basically the dev team and like the dev heads were like promised this thing that if they got it out by a certain time and if they sold this many copies, they were gonna get paid
Oh my god, I heard about this.
massive bonus, like $250 million massive to the whole team. And so this team worked hours on it, like 18-hour days, back to back to back to back, just pumping this game out, making it good for people. And everybody was like, wow, this is a really good game. And so a lot of people bought it. Okay. So here's where this comes in. They didn't want to pay the dev team the bonus that they signed up for. So the dev team then sued them. Okay. They sued and quit the company. And for their defense, the main strategy behind their defense was ChatGPT. So the company got their chats exposed during like
Wait, this is the company that made Subnautica was trying to use ChatGPT as their like defense lawyer?
Yeah, Crafton technically Crafton bought the Subnautica like company
license.
Yeah, and then they
wasn't it
gave the bonus. They were like, "Hey, here's the bonus," but they didn't actually give it to them. They just were like trying to say that you don't get it now anymore.
So the devs then sued, and they're using AI.
No,
not the.
Well,
dev,
then they
the
also
company.
wasn't it that they asked AI what they should do, and they were like, "You should not give them the bonus."
AI what they should do and how to defend against paying the bonus, and they asked ChatGPT. And I have the Guardian article pulled up.
Yeah, pull this up because I'm.
If you can't represent yourself, have a non-human thing represent you for you.
Yes, that'll confirm everything you say. Yes, that's a great idea. You should not pay.
I'd like to get my dog on the stand to represent me, please.
Oh, wow.
Your dog could probably make a better decision.
What a great idea! What a great idea. Anyway, so here we have
publisher CEO used ChatGPT and failed bid to avoid paying.
This is a notable news source, the Guardian. It's like. Pretty known.
I mean, the Guardian, yeah.
And
I mean, scroll down a little. Let's get past the headline.
To avoid paying it, court orders Crafton CEO to reinstate Unknown World's leadership after they were ousted using an AI generated plan. And basically, I mean, they can read it for themselves, but.
I mean, I just feel like I want to make sure I'm understanding everything.
Yeah, so just basically they cannot have one single thought for themselves. Is what?
Matthew, was this the publisher, not the actual studio?
Yeah, but
okay, that's an important distinction.
They made this agreement with the studio.
And no, that's fine. But I thought what you were saying is the studio fucked themselves over, like the leader of the studio, but it looks like it's the leader of the publisher, which is a big difference. But
still a big deal. I would say.
The publisher was like, if you do this, and this, we'll pay you this much money. And
wait. Yeah, so scroll down though. Look at where it says there, right under where you have highlighted. Kim was warned by his legal department that the earnout would still need to be paid even if there was a dismissal with cause. And he warned him that it would expose Crafton to lawsuit and reputational risk.
And he
then turned to ChatGPT for help, which told him that earnout would be difficult to cancel, but later at ChatGPT's suggestion, Kim formed an internal task force dubbed Project X.
No,
which was to
Project
negotiate
X is
a deal.
ChatGPT's,
oh my god!
Yeah, and this all got like this
Yeah, over
this
next month, Crafton followed most of ChatGPT's recommendations. Will wrote in her opinion, which
yeah. And so
which is
this
crazy.
all got like aired out in the case, obviously, because you have like Discovery and stuff. And Discovery is kind of a bitch if you've been a bitch, because
yeah,
they
shout
can
out
basically
Discovery, bro.
like they can just like out everything. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like,
I'm gonna
if you
subpoena all your documents.
like you're not smart and you're not gonna get away with it either. Anyway,
um, yeah, that's absurd. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, but this really connects back to the Fortnite thing of, hey, the AI is only gonna make you dumber. It's only gonna fuck you over. I mean, this guy, surely you have to be accomplished and successful and know what you're doing to become the CEO of a game publisher like this. So then you turn around and not only is he stupid for listening to the AI, but he's stupid for not knowing his own skill set, surely, right? Like,
I mean, it's just like it's
what's
just
even dumber,
shameful.
because he got the right advice somewhat. Someone
yeah,
got the
from
right
his legal
advice.
team. Yeah, his legal team was like, "Don't do this," and he's like, "Well, ChatGPT agrees with me." So,
Yes, I'm getting validated by a non-human resource, and I would
so
rather believe it over a bunch of other real people.
That's a
So
billion
fuck
times smarter.
you. I
and
mean, also it's
also,
just because it said what he wanted to hear. I
Yeah.
mean,
but can we also highlight? I know that we like set up the scene already, but can we highlight the fact that this isn't even him like I mean, I'm sure it's cost cutting or cost saving or something, but this isn't like, oh, we don't have to do this thing that like will cost a lot of money. Like, ChatGPT is going to help find an alternative. You promised employees, real human people, to work harder for this money, and then you are evil and didn't give it to them.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm curious if this kind of thing like was happening during the Fortnite layoffs too.
He
As
made the deal, and then he was like, "Well, I was taken advantage of." You know what I mean? He felt the deal took
you're the
advantage of him.
CEO. You're the CEO,
Bro,
bro.
you made the deal. You brokered the deal, so you took advantage of yourself.
he probably asked AI for that too. He's like, "How should I get my workers to work
ChatGPT's like,
harder?"
you were taken advantage of, by the way.
Or he's
It's
like,
like the
how
audio,
should I make
man.
them work
Layers keep
harder? It's like
peeling off,
promise them
bro.
money, and
Promise
don't
them
give it to
money.
them. Don't
I
give
was
it to
taking
them.
advantage of by ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT also
Project
told me to
X
not
took
give it to them.
advantage of me, and
Project X took it.
the lawyers are like, "Wait, what? Who's Project X? We're gonna subpoena.
Yeah,
What is
just
Project
some
X?"
random, yeah, just like Project X
Oh my
is just to
god.
not give people money. That's just give it this whole name for no reason.
He's
This whole
like,
tat.
Yeah, I mean,
You,
like,
you
Project
you are a fake task force, and your only job
maybe,
is to do
X.
nothing. Okay.
maybe here's one bright side. All these rich, fucking incompetent CEOs that somehow get to where they get, maybe AI will be like a culling, where they'll all start using AI because they think they're so smart, and then they'll all get rid of themselves.
They'll
Like,
shoot
they'll
themselves in
all
the
fuck
ass with it.
everything
Yeah.
over. The only problem with that is that, unfortunately, because they're massive CEOs, that'll probably take a lot of jobs of hardworking real people who are actually intelligent and who do actually make good decisions down with them.
I mean, I think this is also indicative because like I've seen a lot of stuff about other AI platforms being like like concerned with their own downfall. Like I've heard like Gemini usage on Google is like just negligible. Like it's like not even worth keeping from what I've heard, and like I assume Gemini is going to be out or at least remodeled in some way within the
I
next couple
think
It
months.
could be. I think Gemini is used for a different reason. I think it's used for uh, similar to Twitch with Amazon. I think it's used
I
for
just
tax.
I will say, and I think this
Layoff.
will connect into the next point a little bit. There are ways. I don't like AI, as if you haven't learned that from this conversation. I don't like AI at
I'm
all,
actually a
and I
big
don't
fan.
know specifically with this next point. I'm not exactly sure what is going on there. I hope one of you will explain.
Hey, what is
But what I will
Crimson
say is
doing?
that there are certainly,
Massive game.
I think, places where putting AI in something is not inherently a bad idea. And this is something like my roommate and I were talking about this. My roommate and I play a lot of Madden or like NCAA college football. And an AI announcer actually makes so much sense because all it can do is make the experience better if it's done well because it'll actually know what's going on in the game. It'll actually be able to give like closer to real life announcing based off information, because right now it's a bunch of pre-recorded lines that they just throw in when some triggers are met, but it means that it's inaccurate a lot of the time. Like sometimes you'll throw an interception and the announcer will be like, oh my god, and yet another interception this game, and it was like the first one of like an entire game, like you're at the end of the game. Like so my
It's
point
like
is that
I generally agree with your point. And I agree with like some AI usage can make sense and it does make sense in some scenarios. But particularly with that point, you're thinking of EA, a massive
okay,
company, a massive studio, and this isn't this isn't a fact that they don't have AI. It's a fact that they suck at making Madden
you
better year over
yeah,
year.
so hold on, you didn't let me finish my point. I'm just using this as an example. I'm not talking about specifically Madden in an example of that this should only happen in Madden. My point is that what I'm trying to illustrate is that there are instances where it could make sense and it could actually improve the experience, and at the same time it is not inherently replacing actual art or human talent in that way. Like changing the announcer to actually reacting to what's going on, in my opinion, is not really much of a difference. And instead, we're using it in the stupidest fucking ways, like actually just coding the game, which is just terrible.
My,
Like,
my only thing with this is I've had this conversation before, but with like other games and like other ways that can be used. And yes, that's true that it's like useful in some instances, but I think the problem that arises is like when does it stop? You know what I mean? Like when does it like when do we draw the line? Like I feel like when you use it in one place, it can become a slippery slope
Well,
to
that's up to
using it in
like the
another
consumer.
place. Yeah, but I mean, obviously the consumer is not being informed. I mean, like we were just talking about the transparency thing. Like Fortnite might not even make their player base aware that they're using it.
well, yeah, you should definitely be aware. I mean, that's just like a borderline.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I mean, if the consumer base doesn't even know what that it's happening, and like they're like, oh, we get away with it here. Like we'll probably get away with it in this
But a
place.
lot
Like
of people don't buy games on Epic anymore because of that.
But also, no, I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. It's not about getting away with something. What I'm talking about is AI being a feature that is actually making the experience better and is
I
using
understand.
AI
Yeah.
and what it should be used for. And when you're talking about like the slippery slope and oh, we can get away with it, you're talking about replacing things that currently work well and should not change. I'm talking about there are elements that I think having this thing that is smart and can react to things in ways that just can't be done with like simple coding. Like I think there are ways to evolve things to make the experience more deep. It just needs to be done in a way that the AI, if it's being used at all, which again, I'm not even saying I'm 100% on board with this idea. I just think this idea interests me, where
Hmm.
like if it's being used, it's actually benefiting something and it's not just like hurting. Like it needs to be a reason to put it in.
Hmm. It needs to be improving a feature that where there is foreseeable improvements. But then that's
Yeah.
the thing is like, where does that line become drawn to? You know what I mean? Like who decides that? Who like who decides one feature like maybe like with that it's like yeah like obviously like with an announcer like the obvious solution is to develop something that can react in real time.
No, but I see. I don't even know if I agree with the announcer thing because the amount of if statements they have in their code, if that's true, like what you said, where like, um, you have an if statement and all you need to add is another layer of if statement. If for example, this is first interception of the game, then you would print the different response. To me, that sounds like EA being a bad development team and a bad company in that aspect. But
I
I
mean,
like
I'm not
your I like your I like the idea of what you said. I'm just like on that particular example. I don't know if
okay.
I
I mean,
can
yeah, you don't
that.
need to get hung up if it's not jiving with that. I'm just using that example to kind of highlight. I will say to slightly lean on what you're saying is that like it, the announcing the way it is right now is like fine when you play the game for like an hour and it's whatever, it sounds so unique and dynamic. But what I'm just saying is that when you play it, like my friend and I, we play each other all the time, we play our own games, and you just hear the same fucking shit every fucking time. I don't even play with the sound on anymore because I'm sick of hearing the same goddamn announcing. Like, so my
Yeah.
point is like that creativity, or like when you're doing like a road to glory, where you like have your own player character, and the announcers like can't really say much about you because they can't code for your exact choices. They can't code for everything you do. Like, that's just, it's an
I
impossible
mean,
thing
yeah,
to
the
ask.
RPG like possibilities is like I think more, yeah, but with that what you just said is like more where this would be applied.
Yeah.
But there
Like
is
I
also a
don't
lot of
think
work that goes into like
right, and I'm
pre-recording
not.
everything for RPGs
And
and
we
like
know with things like BG3 that you can absolutely, I mean, BG3, Mass Effect, fucking Witcher. I mean, how many games can we go? We know that you can have deep interactive worlds that don't have AI. And so I'm not saying we should make a full swap. I'm just saying that intrigues me that it offers a new thing that we
hmm
haven't had before.
hmm
But that being said, Crimson Desert has
I
some
don't.
AI usage,
Yeah,
question mark?
so it's
First
AI
question mark.
usage with in regards to the art of the world. Now, the reason why I don't
The
like
art, okay.
this, um,
Is this that medieval game?
yes, the
Okay.
reason why I'm not the biggest fan of this, the reason why I don't like when companies do this isn't like an indie dev studio. This
Right.
is a massive company who knows, and they've had massive amounts of funding, and they know they're releasing a finished product here, and they're releasing AI generated art. And not only is AI generated, and in my opinion, isn't that great, right? Because there isn't like a valid reason, in my opinion, as if I was a consumer of it. But there's also the fact that it just makes your overall product feel worse because you everything you built up, like the soul of the world, just kind of like diminishes when you see art that you're like, you know, this doesn't feel right. Like,
Well, it
So
also
I
looks like this
will.
game has like other issues. Like apparently, even the boss of the company that made it said that the story is not that good.
well, yeah, because it's
Well, I
they
don't.
try to
So
make
it seems
this
like this game was kind of a mess to begin with.
Well, I don't know. That might be a little too broad. I will say one thing that
it's like
it
an adventure game.
seems, now you can believe them or not. That's up to you if you
Yeah, they
believe
promise.
them.
Are you
But
talking about the
like,
promise they
well,
made?
hold on. I'm just gonna share this. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna share this screen. It seems that their claim, as indicated by like this headline, and as it kind of says further down, is that it was accidentally put in the full release. Now, again, I
Right.
don't know how much that actually does for you. I don't know how much that changes things. But what I'm understanding here is like, here's an example. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Like,
Why is his arm so small?
I
Well, I
don't know.
guess
It's
because
AI. It's
AI.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like whatever's happening
That's crazy.
here.
People were even able to tell while
Yeah.
playing the game. That's kind of nuts.
So yeah, they violated Steam's AI content policy, which I'm really glad that Steam has that.
Okay, that's
Shout out
good.
to
Yeah.
Steam. Yeah, we love Steam. And so their claim is during development, some 2D visual props were created as a part of early stage iteration using experimental AI generative tools. These assets helped us rapidly explore tone and atmosphere in the earlier phases of production. However, our intention has always been for any such assets to be replaced following final work and review by our art and development teams, with work that aligned with our quality standards and creative direction. Following reports from our community, we have identified that some of these assets were unintentionally included in the final release. This is not in line with our internal standards, and we take full responsibility for it. We also acknowledge that we should have clearly disclosed our use of AI. While these tools were primarily used during early production, with the expectation that these assets would be replaced prior to release, we recognize that this does not excuse the lack of transparency. We sincerely apologize for these
See,
oversights.
I don't mind this apology.
Yeah, we are currently conducting a comprehensive audit of all in-game assets and are taking steps to replace any affected content.
See, and I think that's good enough. Is
So
trying
yeah,
to
that's
make
the thing. They're
amends of
not
it.
they're not hiding from it, and they're not trying to make it good. Should they have been doing it in the first place? I mean, like,
Yeah,
no,
like
probably not.
I'm not a fan
But
of AI brainstorming, which is kind of what they alluded to. Is that like they used AI to like set the tone for themselves instead of just coming up with it, which has its own problems. But at least promising to dedicate future work to replacing those assets is like is good, and the fact that they are making these efforts is also good. You know, preventable, but
Yeah, I mean, this game just seems like there's a lot of tragic stuff going on, like how the stock price plunged 30% after it came out, and now it's falling further. I
as a
mean, like,
reaction
I
to the
don't
AI or just because of the game
know,
itself.
just because of the game. I don't know what's going on with it. I haven't played this
Well,
game, and I
people
probably won't play it.
overevaluated and then it underdelivered. So
Right.
Probably, but
yeah.
it does seem to me that the development team, from what I've seen, I haven't played it, I haven't followed that closely, but from what I have followed, it seems like the development team was genuinely trying to create an ambitious, like, cool game. And I don't know, I always am sad when I see like artists who actually want to create things and like try, and when it just
Mhm.
like doesn't work. Like that's always sad to see. But
AI.
AI,
We
what have we
should
learned
refer
today,
to a new
Frank?
kind of AI. It's not even new. It's been with us the whole time. Actual intelligence, guys. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it around. Yeah, you heard it.
AI,
Yeah, you
actual
heard it.
intelligence.
Instead of this
it
artificial bull crap. Okay.
I guess it's like they say that every generation is like defined by an existential problem with something,
Yeah.
and I do wonder, because they say that with millennials that was like climate change, with above that it was like like fossil fuels in a different way, but like dependence on oil and stuff like that was like a
Hmm.
big problem, and then before that, and I do wonder if this will be our thing.
I mean, I think we have a lot of our things right now.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, without delving too deep into it, but we got a
We're
very
just the
long
best at
book,
everything.
one could say, that is
Uh,
on the
yeah.
internet that I think we also have, you know,
I
to reckon
do
with.
think, if we're coming towards the end of this episode, I want to reiterate, I already said this earlier, but I want to say it again. Like, the individual person may not be able to do that much alone, but we have collective power.
We're
And
all in this together.
but I'm serious. Like, if we don't buy these things and make it clear that this is not acceptable, they can't ignore, WOTC, Wizards of the Coast, couldn't ignore 95% of people dropping subscriptions. Like, it works.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just people have to realize the power of their own, like, quote unquote, vote in this case.
Yeah,
Like,
like, you shouldn't, if you say you're really upset about the Crimson Dawn AI art thing, which it seems to me was an actual genuine mistake, but if you genuinely believe that
don't
it's
buy it
AI malice, don't fucking buy it, and share
until
the
it's
word. Like,
fixed, you know?
yeah, like, I just think that's the only way that we're gonna see the
I
changes
mean,
that we
yeah,
want
really,
in this
boycott
scene.
is the most effective form, at least when it comes to, between consumer and, um, you know, companies, I guess,
Corporations, yeah. Yeah,
corporations, yeah.
but if Fortnite starts replacing all these laid off people with AI, they probably won't tell us, it sounds like, which is concerning.
But it will
But
come out.
it'll come out, and don't fucking buy their skins. Don't play the game. Like, show them that this is not something we are going to take lightly. We are not going to accept the all of our creative labor being outsourced. Like, we're not here for that.
I mean, just yeah, the bottom line is that you know, we're not gonna just let it slide. We can't let it slide. We can't be bystanders to our own future in this case.
Yeah, and this is like, it's just, I feel like this is a lot more simple thing to like deal with than a lot of other issues right now. Like, we can have a
Yeah,
say.
it's very much in our own hands, far
Yeah.
more, yeah, than a lot of the issues that really can make a lot of people out there feel really helpless about it. And as long having these small victories where we can
And I
are
really
always
hope
good.
to return in a future episode and say that more AI platforms
Yeah.
have died.
Yeah, let's hope we have a second episode about this, guys. Let's hope we have a
Yeah.
part fucking 500 or whatever that we've talked about this fucking
We
concept for.
Yeah, how
And
many
we're like,
times have
AI's
we done?
dead. Every
We
actually
killed it.
actually every single AI platform has been dethroned, has been
We nuked
upended.
it.
We nuked it. Gemini's gone. GPT's gone. All of this bullshit. Grok. Fucking Grok is gone. Dude, Grok is the worst of them,
Grok is
low-key.
crazy.
Dude.
Grok is
Dude,
nuts.
I saw this thing earlier that Grok, someone tweeted that like that people are using Grok to figure out whether a recording from 1400 AD is real or not. Like there's like just some fake recording or something from like
Wait, like an alleged video recording
yeah,
from
just like
from the year
hold on, I can try.
1400?
I can, and the people are like using Grok, right? You're asking Grok if it's real.
Yeah, was there a video? We're so dumb, bro.
Anyway, yo, jump it out.
Don't forget to
God.
junk